Okay, so for anyone who's wondering what's up with the video title, here's the short version. I'm going to launch into like the basic explanation and then go into more detail later so you can get the gist of it now. If you want to know more, you can keep watching. Otherwise, you'll get the Cliff's Notes version, I guess. Basically, it was announced the other day that Hasbro is going to be selling a bunch of Harry Potter merchandise, like toys and stuff like that. There's a lot of, to put it extremely mildly, baggage associated with that license, to the point where I've made the decision of my own, like, this is just something I want to do, that I am no longer going to be covering any official Hasbro products on this channel. That doesn't mean I'm going to delete any other videos. Like, all the videos that are out are going to be out. I'm not taking them down or anything like that. It's just that going forward, I'm not going to be covering any more Hasbro stuff. No more official Transformers. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to be making new videos. I'm still planning on doing things like Korean robots. I actually have a few more on order, which I'm really looking forward to getting. Third-party stuff, knockoffs. I might even consider customs, like whether it's me doing my own stuff or other people's work, in the event that I have it. But yeah, it's just going forward, won't be any more Hasbro stuff, and that's probably gonna be not a good thing in terms of channel traffic, but it's just a personal choice that I don't feel comfortable not making this stand, if that makes sense. The other decision that I made is I'm not going to be buying any more stuff from Hasbro. Everyone's got their threshold for this kind of thing. So, I don't expect you all to do it. It's just for me, it's a, line, a very specific line for me has been crossed. And that is enough for me to be like, we're done. So yeah, I'm not going to be buying any more Hasbro stuff. I'm not going to be looking at stuff on the channel. That's just how it is going forward. That's it, basically. So if that's all you want to know, that's what's happening. There's still going to be videos, just not official Hasbro stuff. So if you're looking forward to that, you're not going to find it here. I'm sorry. Now, if you want to know the more intricate details as to why I'm making this decision and how I feel about all of this, I feel like that's kind of obvious how I feel about all this, but just in case, stick around. I'm going to go into a little more detail. Also, just warning for anyone watching this, I am going to stop holding back when it comes to language because of how strongly I feel about all this. So if you don't want to hear me swear, then you can stop watching. This is, what's happening, basically. So for everyone else, if you're not familiar, I have a hard time expecting anyone who's on the internet, let alone YouTube, isn't familiar, but just in case, if you're not familiar, the reason why the Harry Potter license is being viewed as such a toxic albatross these days is because of the author. She has been very vocal for many years about how, let's say, opinionated she is about trans people, the right to exist, the right to be in public spaces, restrooms, all that stuff. Outside of all of that, the main issue is how, she's got horrible thoughts on trans people. A whole lot of people do. Weirdly, a lot of them out of the UK. I'm not saying people in the US aren't like that. There are tons of people in the US who are really horrifically transphobic, but it's weird how common it is with UK-based celebrities. I don't get that. But anyway, this motherfucker has been intentionally, and she admits to doing this, she has been funneling a lot of the money that she has and has made to all of these anti-trans hate groups, basically. They don't call themselves hate groups because of course they don't. They never do. But they do a lot of lobbying for directly harmful legislation towards trans people. And so she has admitted in the past that money that she makes from this IP, in addition to any other money she makes, a lot of it, not all of it clearly because she still lives in her mold-infested castle, but a lot of it has been funneled to these causes. What that means is There's no fucking death of the author here. We can't just say, oh, she sucks, but we can still enjoy her stuff. Because, quite literally, if you give money, if you monetarily support this franchise in any way, at least a portion of the money you are giving this franchise is being used to directly harm trans people. And now, I am not trying to tell people what they should or shouldn't enjoy. I'm still going to judge people if they defend this shit in the year of our Lord 2026. But, you know, people are free to do what they want, even if that involves either ignoring the fact that their actions are harming people or simply not caring, or even if they want it to happen. Because I know there are plenty of people who actually really want to hurt trans people. Case in point, the piece of shit that made Harry Potter. But anyway, I'm not trying, it sounds like I am, but I'm not trying to tell you all what you should do with regards to this information. I do not expect other YouTube channels that cover Transformers toys to do the same thing I'm doing. I'm not going to be upset if they don't. Everyone's got their own thing. Everyone can do what they want. I will immediately ditch a channel if they start covering the Harry Potter stuff, but that's a different matter entirely. But what I'm saying is, this is a me thing. I am not comfortable, not willing to continue to give Hasbro any kind of attention, give their products any kind of attention, knowing that they're doing this. And this is not a secret. It has been known for years. The fact that the money is being used the way it is, that's not a secret either. That's been known for many years as well. And so for any company to take on that IP at this point, they know what they're getting into. They know what comes with the message this sends. Whether or not they intend to send that message isn't the point, because that doesn't matter. It sends this message. It says that they do not care about the safety and well-being of trans people, so they're just going to do this thing. And, Hasbro is a corporation. They just want to make money. I've said this in the past. Point is, Hasbro can do what it wants. It made this decision. But by the same token, I can do what I want, and I've made the decision that I'm just not going to cover any more Hasbro stuff. But again, I do not expect other people to do the same thing. If you want to, that's cool. But I do not expect any of you to do that. I don't expect or want any of you to go after Hasbro because of this. They're going to get blowback on this because any company that touches this IP gets blowback. I don't expect them to walk it back, though, because this is they acquired I don't want to say popular, but a well-known IP. And that's the kind of thing where they stand to lose a whole lot of money if they walk it back. So, maybe they will. I do not think they will, but maybe they will. And if they do, I don't know that I'll actually change my mind on this. I feel like they've kind of burned that bridge at this point, but it all depends. But again, I don't expect them to do that. They're going to go through with it, and it's going to probably suck, and tons of people are going to be very upset about it, myself included. Anyone willingly associating with Harry Potter in 2026, as far as I'm concerned, can go fuck themselves. And that includes Hasbro. Hasbro's never going to see this, and if they do, they're not going to care. So that's fine. I'm not doing this because I think I'm going to change things. I'm doing this because I have a very strong sense of morality when it comes to this kind of thing. And even though it's not going to be, it's not even a drop in the bucket when it comes to trying to push back against this. I get that. My channel is not big enough. I'm just one person. I don't buy enough toys because I can't afford to make it any kind of significant change in Hasbro's bottom line. But it's not about that. It's about what's right. And what's right is not contributing to harming trans people. What's better is stopping it entirely, but I can't make Hasbro not do this. So my best thing that I can do is just drop it entirely. Again, this is not going to change things. I know that. But I would feel like an absolute piece of shit if I kept covering these things knowing what I know now. As the shirt says, I've worn this shirt many times, and this is not a Hasbro thing. Somebody else, an independent artist made this, and it's amazing. But yeah, trans rights are human rights. I'm saying the full fucking thing. And anyone who's working against that is a piece of shit, and that includes Hasbro. Once again, it sounds like I'm trying to tell you all what to do. I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm very mad about this because it's actively hurting these people. They just want to live their lives. They just want to exist without people making them a fucking circus act or turning their lives into some kind of media frenzy. Like, just let them be. Let them go to the grocery store and buy groceries in peace. Let them use the fucking bathroom without getting harassed. And this stuff, this Harry Potter shit, contributes to the pain that's being inflicted on them. And I am not going to have any part of it. I'm not going to have any part of any company that deals with this shit. I don't think any less of anyone who continues to buy and enjoy Transformers figures, especially in the hellscape we currently live in, because we all need what little happiness we can find. Thanks for sitting through all of that and listening to my very angry ranting. Sorry for the language. That is actually how I usually talk, especially when I'm feeling very passionate about something. Sorry for getting all heavy in this one, but it's just something I can't ignore in this particular instance. So I hope you all are okay with that. If you have a problem with that, that's fine. You're allowed to not like what I'm doing. If you support Harry Potter, knowing everything about it, if you have a problem with trans people, get the fuck off my channel. I don't want you here. Just want to be clear about that. I do not want you here if you have a problem with trans people. And that goes for queer people in general, really. But yes, if you have a problem with that, fuck off and don't come back. Simple as that. So, thanks. Bye.